He's a killer, bro. Phenomenal fighter. As far as what he should do, he should move up to a different weight class, man. He's killed everybody at 122. There's no business for him, no business left for him. I mean, he beat the champions there. I mean, there's a few guys that may pose some sort of a challenge, but they're going to get knocked out too. There's nobody there, I believe, at 122 right now that can get that's even on his level. So go up to 126 pounds.
Naoya Inoue has just called out Gervonta Davis for a mega fight. Moreover, legendary boxer Floyd Mayweather wants Tank to fight Inoue. He said, "I think Inoue is a hell of a fighter. I would like to see him fight Gervonta at a catch weight. That'd be a hell of a fight." Weight would be the deciding factor in Mayweather's proposed fight. When it comes to in-ring excitement, this bout promises to be a remarkable showcase. Davis and Inoue, having already claimed every accolade available, have consistently demonstrated extraordinary skill and prowess in each of their previous matches. However, the legendary promoter Bob Arum not only believes that the fight will never happen, but also thinks it is not even worth discussing. Arum, a seasoned promoter and CEO of Top Rank Promotions, did not hide his skepticism about the feasibility of this bout. His doubts arise from the significant weight difference between the fighters, as Inoue competes in the super bantamweight division, while Davis fights in the lightweight division, placing them several weight classes apart. Reflecting on the possibility of a fight between Tank and Inoue, Arum mentioned that Inoue is a significant star in Japan, while Tank Davis is virtually unknown there. He questioned the logic of an undersized fighter like Inoue, who competes at 122 pounds, going up against someone at junior welterweight, which is 140 pounds, stating that it made absolutely no sense.
Inoue started at 108, and now he's worked his way up to 122. He is a tremendous star in Japan. Virtually nobody in Japan knows who Tank Davis is. And why would Inoue now, who is undersized at 122, talk about fighting a guy who's essentially a junior welterweight at 140 pounds? It makes absolutely no sense. I mean, no sense.
Moreover, he stressed that an outstanding performance by Inoue doesn't justify a matchup with a substantial weight disparity. He illustrated this by comparing it to a hypothetical bout between Terence Crawford and Tyson Fury. He added that we should not get carried away. That being said, Davis is interested in the matchup, but Arum objected to it.
Let's not carry it away. Terence Crawford showed what a great fighter he was the other week. But you wouldn't want to put him in with Tyson Fury.
In the same interview, the interviewer noted that Davis is open to fighting Inoue, despite the difference in their weight classes. Nonetheless, Arum sees an issue with this matchup as it would require the Japanese boxer to move up in weight divisions. Arum remarked that it wouldn't be beneficial for Inoue to hastily move up and fight opponents who are significantly larger than him. He emphasized that Tank's stature, which earned him the nickname Tank, reflects his larger size. Arum's disdain for this matchup is palpable. He vehemently opposes it.
I think that the perceivement of a potential Davis-Inoue fight is that Gervonta is smaller. He's like 5'5". He's around the same height. Maybe, he is a bit more built than Inoue, but, it's a fight that Tank has said he'd be open to it, and it's a huge fight. Tank sells here in the U.S.
Yeah, I know he sells in the U.S., but again, it's not good for Inoue to rush up and fight guys who are so much bigger than he is. I don't care the stature of Tank. That's why they call him Tank. He's the bigger person.
Naoya Inoue emerged as a towering figure in the realm of boxing, reigning supreme for the past several years. However, his prowess shines brightest within the confines of the lighter weight divisions. In a remarkable feat, he has ascended to the coveted status of a two-division undisputed champion, claiming mastery in both the bantamweight and super bantamweight categories. Last month, he emerged victorious over Mexican fighter Luis Neri despite an early knockdown. The stumble against Pantera served as a pivotal moment for Inoue, igniting a fiery determination confrontation, that led to one of his most commanding displays in the ring. His sheer dominance naturally sparks conversations about his potential matchups against formidable boxers in slightly higher weight divisions. As we know, of particular interest is Gervonta Davis, reigning over the super featherweight and lightweight divisions with aplomb. There's a common skepticism surrounding fighters from lighter weight divisions stepping up to face heavier opponents, often encountering greater challenges in securing victories. Inoue's decision to move up a weight class or two signifies his eagerness to test his skills against tougher competition following his undeniable success in his typical weight categories. The visionary boxing mentor, Virgil Hunter, is the sage contemplating Inoue's trajectory in the sport. Speaking to Fight Hype, Hunter said, "I don't think Gervonta should go below 135. I'm sure Inoue walked around at 40, 45, 145. Inoue would have to come up just like everybody else. Where is the value of Davis coming to a catchweight to fight you? You're big in Japan, and I'm big in the States, so there should not be any weight concession. If you want to fight, come and fight me. Let's not make any excuses." Hunter questioned the value of Davis coming to a catchweight for the fight, emphasizing that while Inoue is big in Japan, Davis is big in the States, and there should be no weight concession. He pointed out that Rigondeaux fought Lomachenko without a catchweight and dared to take the opportunity, even though he came up short. Hunter believed that Inoue, getting a little older, could comfortably carry the weight, and saw no reason to make any concessions for that fight. He further added, Rigondeaux fought Lomachenko. There was no catchweight involved. He dared to take that opportunity. Rigondeaux came up short, but he dared to take it. Charlo dared to fight Canelo at 168, coming from 154, so it's only a few pounds north. You're getting a little older. I'm sure you could carry the weight comfortably, so I wouldn't make any concessions for that fight. However, some believe that Naoya Inoue has competed in 5 weight classes and has yet to find a challenger who can truly test his physical limits. Having dominated the bantamweight division, Inoue surveyed the scene with a sense of melancholy. He had surpassed all expectations, leaving no doubt of his supremacy. The road to becoming an undisputed world champion had been exhilarating, but now, with that achievement secured, the Japanese sensation hungered for a fresh conquest with Tank. As the anticipation for the potential mega showdown builds, Kenny Ellis, Davis's assistant trainer, can't help but chuckle every time Inoue's name is mentioned alongside Davis's. "Tank too big, too strong," explained Ellis during an interview with Mill City Boxing. Davis, much like Inoue, has effortlessly dominated his opponents. His last bout against Ryan Garcia showcased his Baltimore star power as he decisively ended the fight in the 7th round with a forceful stoppage. For the most part, Calvin Ford, serving as his chief coach, directs Davis to enter the ring with the intention of dominating his adversaries. Despite Davis's undeniable prowess, establishing himself as a likely future Hall of Famer, Ellis believes Inoue stands no chance of even putting up a fight against Davis. He said, "He can't beat no damn Tank. He is too small. Tank would destroy that kid." Yet, more astute observers noted that Inoue has already achieved the status of a 4-weight world champion, beginning his career in the light flyweight division. Additionally, he recently transitioned to the super bantamweight division at the age of 30, following a 4-year stint in the bantamweight category. It's probable that he will conclude his career in the featherweight division, or possibly even in the super featherweight division if necessary. However, in an unexpected turn of events, a significant person in Davis's career has now joined the group that is dreaming of the fight with Inoue. Stephen Espinoza, the president of Showtime Sports, which broadcasts Davis's fights in the USA, has emphasized that the dream fight could become a reality in the future. Espinoza told Fight Hype, "Look, you never know. Inoue's come up a lot of weight already, but he's been carrying the power the whole time. Yeah, it sounds a little bit crazy now. He's at 122 pounds, but it's only 13 pounds more. It's intriguing. I would love to see Tank versus Inoue. After that performance yesterday, I wouldn't put anything out of his reach." Moreover, Rolando Romero shared his insights on the potential showdown between Gervonta Davis and Naoya Inoue, a bout that has captured the attention of the boxing community following their recent impressive victory. The dynamic duo quickly rose to among the most formidable fighters globally, boasting unparalleled pound-for-pound prowess. As rumors swirl about a potential showdown between them, anticipation reached a fever pitch. Fans and fellow boxers, including the enigmatic Raleigh, couldn't help but weigh in, each harboring their own fervent opinions. Yet, for Raleigh, whose rivalry with Davis is no secret, the stakes were particularly high. Would he throw his support behind Inoue, Davis's potential opponent, or would he consider Davis's weight advantage and bet on his triumph? Speculation ran rampant, but Raleigh remained cryptic, leaving everyone guessing until he finally delivered his verdict. Previously, he stepped into the fray against Davis, meeting defeat for the first time in his career against the undefeated boxer. With such first-hand experience against Tank, Romero's perspective on this potential rematch carries weight. Recently, during an Instagram live session, followers eagerly sought his prediction for a potential showdown. Romero exuded unwavering confidence in Davis's potential victory if they were to clash in the ring. Yet, he also acknowledged the formidable skills of the Japanese monster, granting credit where it's due for his boxing prowess. Romero remarked that in a fight between Inoue and Tank, Tank would win decisively. He acknowledged that Inoue is a good and talented fighter, but added that he can't follow him.
Inoue versus Tank. Tank by murder. Inoue, a good fighter and all. He's a great fighter, or all that stuff, right? He's very talented. I can't follow him. He don't speak English.
Furthermore, the considerable weight gap of more than 20 pounds between the contenders holds significant importance. Taking this into account, Romero believes that Davis's substantial weight advantage would heavily influence the outcome of the fight. Reflecting further, he added that, in addition to Tank's skills, Tank is significantly bigger than Inoue.
And now on top of that, Tank's way bigger than him.
His opinion on this possible matchup is not widely held. Given the weight difference, a lot of boxing fans and commentators believe the fight is unfair, but there's a faction inside the boxing community that may make a different argument. Meanwhile, Naoya Inoue is not strictly required to fight in America, but he does want to. Numerous observers believe that Inoue could significantly increase his earnings and fan following by competing more frequently outside Japan. Despite his global acclaim as the monster, he has predominantly fought within Japan, with his last bout in America dating back to his triumph over Michael Desmirnas in 2021. Although Inoue is open to the idea of competing in the United States once more, he doesn't consider it a prerequisite. During a recent conversation with Ring magazine, the Japanese fighter addressed the notion that his popularity hinges on fighting in America. There, he stated, "I definitely want to fight there again. However, Japan is now becoming a big market too. I think the reason behind wanting the American dream is that name recognition and big money will follow. But nowadays, if you are successful in Japan, you can make millions, even in the lighter weight divisions. That's why Stephen Fulton came to Japan." With that being stated, Inoue stated earlier this year that he has no plans to step into the ring against Gervonta Davis. During his interview with Ring magazine, the super bantamweight champion was questioned about a potential bout with Tank. In response, he made it clear, "I always want to show the best Naoya Inoue. I wouldn't decide to start fighting at featherweight or super featherweight just because the money is good. I don't think that's what I want. There are many fighters who have chased the money but ended up not being able to perform well and quit." The elusive clash between Gervonta Davis and Naoya Inoue, the ethereal titans of the lighter divisions, remains a distant prospect if considering these remarks. This potential showdown is a fervent wish for countless boxing aficionados. Yet, the enigmatic monster from Japan has once more brushed aside any notion of it. His rationale for rebuffing such an opportunity resides in a pivotal subject of contention within boxing circles. In December of the previous year, Inoue etched his name in the annals of boxing history by achieving the remarkable feat of becoming a double undisputed champion. This accomplishment, previously attained only by Terence Crawford and Claressa Shields during the era of four-belt championships, solidified his status as a legend in the sport. Following his historic victory over Filipino southpaw Marlon Tapales, fans clamored for the Yokohama-based fighter to face off against his fellow power puncher in the lightweight division, Gervonta Davis. However, Davis swiftly dismissed the idea. Inoue also echoed Davis's sentiments, asserting that despite the potential financial gains such a matchup could bring, he feels a greater responsibility pulling him in another direction. But for him, boxing is more than just a series of profitable matches and impressive victories. He sees it as a solemn duty to honor the sport's traditions and legacy. That's precisely why he adamantly refuses to consider moving up to the featherweight class. In recent times, amidst the influx of wealth into boxing, there's been a trend of prominent figures prioritizing hefty paychecks over meaningful matchups. This trend was echoed when WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury engaged in a lucrative showdown with newcomer Francis Ngannou in Saudi Arabia, drawing similar criticism. However, Inoue steers clear of this culture. He notes, "The reason I box is not for the money. I do this to show my best self." His argument is, "It's also true that I'm motivated by fighting strong opponents, but there are weight divisions in boxing for a reason." The significant weight gap between Davis and him has proven to be a significant hurdle in arranging a showdown between the two. Tank also echoed similar sentiments when questioned about his willingness to face the monster. Tank said last year, "I'm not fighting him," in response to a social media page that promoted the idea of Davis and Inoue facing off. The Rise podcast spurred Tank to firmly commit to facing Inoue after they posted an Instagram picture promoting their upcoming bout. A mock poster was captioned, "Would this be the fight of the century? King Kong vs. Godzilla? USA vs. Japan? On American soil? How huge would this fight be? Who wins?" Tank replied, "He's nowhere near my weight. I don't know why this page keeps posting shit like this." In the realm of boxing, Inoue finds his niche within the featherweight class. Despite harboring aspirations for 3 bouts bouts in the light featherweight division this year. His progression to higher weight categories hinges upon the state of his physique post those matches. With Inoue himself offering this insight, enthusiasts may resign themselves to the notion that a showdown between Naoya Inoue and Gervonta Davis might forever remain a mere fantasy. Moreover, we now know that Gervonta Davis is also not interested in fighting Naoya Inoue. The agile challenger has been absent from the ring since extending his flawless streak to 29 wins and 0 losses. However, he is now going to fight Frank Martin next. Amidst swirling rumors of a clash between two formidable sluggers, Davis gears up for his imminent comeback bout. Slated for June 15th in the vibrant arena of Las Vegas. Securing a victory is imperative for Davis, laying down the groundwork for any potential future matchups to be considered. Yet Carl Frampton, a former dual-weight world champion, believes that Inoue would be prudent to steer clear of a bout with the American powerhouse. He said, "No doubt Inoue is a generational great, but the talked-about fight with Tank would be an absolute mismatch. I'm not even sure he beats the top featherweights." Frampton finished by saying, Inoue versus Lopez, though, he was proposing his eagerness to witness Inoue's pursuit of a 5th weight class championship against IBF featherweight champion Luis Alberto Lopez, who claimed the title after defeating Josh Warrington. However, it should be noted that things have changed. In recent months, and Inoue is now hinting at a potential fight with Tank. Even Turki Alalshik stands prepared to engage and support the potential matchup between Davis and Naoya Inoue, provided that specific terms can be harmoniously arranged among the contenders. Speaking with the MMA Hour, Alalshik expressed confidence in both his skills and Riyadh Season's capacity to present a match between Davis and Inoue. Alalshik told Ariel Helwani, Gervonta Davis, if he gets smart, versus Naoya Inoue. "These are dream fights I like. If Inoue and Davis reach the right weight and give us the right proposal, we can deliver it." The chairman of the Saudi General Entertainment Authority laid down a non-negotiable condition before considering any involvement in the negotiations. Inoue had to depart Japan and step into the international boxing arena. Contrary to past Western misconceptions, Inoue has emerged as a significant financial force in the world of sports. His recent showdown against Luis Neri at the packed Tokyo Dome in Japan solidified his standing as a formidable player, drawing massive crowds and attention. The lowest weight divisions have historically produced the least money. As Inoue ascends in prestige, so does his financial gain, a testament to his 4-weight world champion status. This is evident in his capacity to attract Stephen Fulton, Luis Neri, Marlon Tapalis, and Nonito Donaire to compete in Japan. However, Alalshik said, "But there are important things. Inoue is a great fighter. Don't keep him fighting only inside Japan. Let the world see it. Make Inoue come to us. Make him do fights in Saudi Arabia, in America, in London. We are ready to talk about it. He's a great fighter. It would be a shame if he quits after some years, and 99% of his fights are in Japan." So what lies ahead for Naoya Inoue? As the undisputed champion in 2 weight divisions, he has conquered every challenge in the super bantamweight category. Now, there's widespread speculation that he might be ready to step up in weight class. This notion gained traction, particularly after sightings of him in New York City, where he appeared as formidable as ever, prompting many to believe a move up the weight ladder might be imminent. Both pugilists are lauded as the cream of the crop, prompting numerous pleas for a showdown between them that has lingered for quite some time. This user said, "He is about a 150 right here. No excuse why he can't fight Tank." According to another user, Inoue didn't actually look larger. Rather, the type of garment he was wearing did. Inoue does appear a little bit bulkier, shirt or not. The fan said, "Bro, it's just the shirt. You all overlook everything." The user who came after him prayed that Inoue would advance to featherweight. This will present him new foes and a new division to take over. The fan said, 126 incoming for sure, please. Contrary to what others had said, this user thought the monster still appeared smaller. They said, "These dudes look tiny. What are you talking about?" Once more, the conversation veered toward Gervonta Davis, with someone eagerly imagining the excitement of a showdown between him and another fighter. This fan said, "Yet they swear he is too small for Tank Davis. This man looks like a welterweight." As you can see, Inoue's unexpected arrival in New York, whether prompted by downtime or a deliberate move to a higher weight class, has ignited a frenzy of excitement among fans, sparking countless speculations about what lies ahead. Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.